Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody watching online. We are the Open Score Project.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, happy National Day, and thank you for tuning in to National Museum of Singapore's Facebook page to celebrate National Day with us. And the first song that we just performed is a popular Singyao, and Singyao is a local Singapore folk song. And this piece is called 细水长流. And we hope you guys liked it. And just a brief introduction of who we are. We are the Open Score Project, and we are founded in 2018. And then shortly after that, we are in this situation. And we're still growing, and we're going through tough times with everybody here. And the full ensemble is actually around 15 to 20 musicians strong. But usually for programs like this, we usually present ourselves in this manner in a small configuration. So let me introduce you guys to the fabulous people here. And on your far right is Eugene on the E-bass.
Hi.
And beside Eugene is our in-house naughty boy, Govin Tan.
Good boy, Govin Tan.
Good boy, okay. And in the middle is Niranjan Pandyan.
Hello.
On the bansuri as well as the venu.
Hi all.
And on your far left is Alif Asman on the accordion.
Hi.
And my name is Gilden, and once again, we are the Open Score Project. And through the set, we'll talk to each of our members, and we'll share some stuff with you. But without further ado, let's go on to our second piece. So the second piece is on the topic of National Day songs. This is a real popular song called Bunga Sayang, which is translated to Flower of Love, and it's an original by Dick Lee, and this is our take on it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. like it that after every song, Govin is the only one clapping. I hope you guys at home are clapping as well. But I think for musicians, I think I can speak for all that. We do kind of miss this live audience and the idea of audience clapping and things like that. So it gives us the energy boost on stage. But right now, due to the pandemic, of course, everybody's being safe and we are doing our part as well. And this do feel a bit different. But I think within these 2 years, I think we're kind of used to it also, right?
No, still not yet.
Still not yet.
Still want to have the energy, So camera crew, if you hear us, clap for us, okay?
The camera crews are okay.
Yay!
Thank you. Hey.
We have
feel like
really
we're forcing
amazing
them to.
people right there helping us with the video and the audio. So really a shout out to them. Thank you so much for making us sound good and making us look good.
Thank you so much. So that was Bunga Sayang, and let me just go down the line. Let me just introduce you guys a little bit to the instrument as well as the musician behind it. So the first one, let's talk about Alif. So Alif, would you like to give a short intro? of yourself?
Yo.
Hey.
All right, my name is Alif. I play the accordion. Yes. I'm a accordionist and also a singer in a Dikir Barat group in Singapore. Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So Dikir Barat is actually a traditional Malay art form, right?
Yes, correct.
So other than singing, you do play, obviously you're here playing the accordion.
Yes.
But other than that, we actually know one more thing about you.
What?
Can you say?
But say lah.
So other than that, Alif is also a teacher. Yeah, and I think being a teacher right now, especially,
It's tough, yeah.
it's tough, huh?
Tough, yeah.
So is it harder than playing music?
I think, yeah, quite true.
Hey.
a bit hard.
So for those at home, if you have a teacher as cool as Alif, hey, give us a thumb up, man.
So cool.
So the accordion is actually a Western instrument, but assimilated really into the Malay culture.
Yeah.
In fact, I think there's a lot of other Western instruments that the Malay culture actually assimilate all these instruments into their music, right?
Correct.
So accordion is one of them.
Yep.
So let's move on to the quiet one at the back.
Hi all.
Hi, Niranjan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Niranjan Pandyan and I'm a flautist and I also direct some music. And yes, nice to be meeting you all digitally. Hope you have been enjoying the concert thus far.
So if you can see on Niranjan's music stand, I'm not sure if the camera can catch, there is actually a whole range of flute. Of course, he don't play all of them at once. So the reason why he has so many of these flutes is because there's the Northern Indian as well as the Southern Indian flute. So the Northern Indian flute has 6 holes and they play Hindustani music system, and that is called the Bansuri. And the one that looks smaller is a South Indian flute, and it plays the Carnatic music, and this is called the Venu. It has 8 holes. Yeah, so this is just the physical difference between the flutes. And I think Niranjan has what's your journey like picking up this classical Indian music?
It has been great. I started at the age of 10 under Sri Gana Vinodhan Ratnam. So right now I'm learning from him as well as all other seasoned musicians around the world. There are two counterparts. There's the Carnatic side of playing and then there's the Bansuri. So it's pretty tough to toggle between both. But I'm working on this thing where you can toggle between music systems. I'm going to talk less and play more for you guys. I'm just going to give you a sample, a difference between Carnatic and Hindustani. Here you go.
Shall we drone?
Sure, why not?
What note do you like?
I would like probably give me a D.
Give you a D, ah.
Info.
Probably will carry on forever, but I'm just cutting short. This is probably in Shankara Bharadam, just a few glimpses of the rag. I'm going to quickly just play a bit of the Hindustani so you can see the difference, hear the difference, in fact. Yes. Let's shift down to A. Basically, I was just improvising on a concept of Jod and Jalhar in the Hindustani framework. I just gave you a glimpse, otherwise we'll go on. The concerts are typically, one solo itself takes 30 minutes, so I can't be taking 30 minutes here, apparently. Anyway, thank you so much, and please enjoy the rest of the show, yeah?
So we've touched on Alif as well as Niranjan. Down the next few pieces, I'll introduce the next two. But what I'd like you guys to listen out to is that there is certain differences in our music. I mean, very clearly, we come from different cultural background. But what OSP stands for is that we are syncretic music ensemble that works with the influences of different musical backgrounds. And what you will see or hear is, in a way, one sound, but made up of different little cultural ideas here and there. So we do not present ourselves in a way that we present differences, but in a way, through the differences, you see similarities where we can all come together and make music. So the next piece is actually a Singapore tune called Singapore Town. And I'm sure a lot of you, especially if you guys are in school, you guys will sing the song, You can take a little trip around Singapore Town in Singapore City Bus. So we're doing that song, and this is our version of it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. This is Singapore Town. Hey, thank you. So that's a really short and sweet tune. And I hope you guys noticed there's this particular segment where Govind was actually playing that tune with his tabla. So I'm going to introduce the instrument first before I introduce the amazing boy behind it. I use the word boy because he's like
Man.
Okay, man.
Man.
Yeah, because he's.
Oh, that was actually really tough.
Really?
It's because of the key. So if I want to play another key based on just this note, then I can do. At least a bit more accurate, you can kind of identify, right? But because of that, I really got to press so hard.
But if you think he did a good job, and if you can hear it, give us a like or send us some like.
Send us some love.
So the tabla is a northern Indian instrument, and today actually Govind is not just playing the tabla; he's actually having a few more other instruments. But usually, I kind of use the word swear. Can I say swear? I swear he actually has a lot more toys with him. And I use the word toy because the way he play, he really treat them like like fun stuff, fun stuff.
So music for me is really like just a enjoyment. I spend most of my time playing music and practicing music, not because I want to get better, but most of the time it's like a little retreat for myself. And that's how I just spend hours and hours on the drum and just get lost inside this whole thing. And then once I get bored of one drum, then I start to go to another drum to learn. And that's how I keep my days going.
Wow, skills future, huh?
Skills future.
Always learning. Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
But it's the process that I really like.
Yeah,
it's the process that I really like. So talk to you more about the tabla. So the tabla, basically, every note that we play on this instrument has a way of saying it. So there's I don't know how to say, vowel?
Conical?
Conical, right? So, for example, on my right hand, if I say ta, I would play ta. If I say tin, tun, tet, ta, tera, na. And there's all some other special stuff, sound effect stuff. On the left hand, we have kat, and we have ge. Yes. And with the ge, we can modulate to different pitches. For example, there are a few ways of modulation. Ge, 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 ge. Now I need someone to hold my mic so I can do combination. Eugene, sorry. Thank you so much. So, on the right hand you have ta, on the left hand you have ge. You put them together. Guess what it's called?
Ta ge?
Wrong. Everyone else was right. It's called da. So tin plus ge
is ta.
Wrong. It's din. Again, everyone else was right, but you didn't.
It's always the case. Always, every show.
Okay, and te plus ge, it's correct.
That's right.
Date. So we have da, din, det, ta, tin, tun, teta, tera, na, kat, ge. So these are little alphabets that we use to put together to create little stories and little words, to create phrases and to create stories. So I'm just going to play a little composition for you. This is what my teacher taught me, if I remembered it correctly. Haha.
He's watching.
This is don't say that, I'm scared. So this composition is so if I remember it correctly, I might be wrong. So this is generally, thank you, Eugene. You're welcome. I feel bad, thank you. So this is how I learned the tabla when I was young, and this is how I hear this instrument whenever I'm playing it. I still hear it in this basic konakol form, or this kind of presentation, oral presentation.
Yeah, the tradition of oral.
The traditional form.
Traditional of oral traditions in music.
So the trouble is when I transfer to another instrument, sometimes I'm not sure whether I want to hear this sound or this kind of form, or do I want to go into and then when I play them together, I'm also not sure what I'm actually hearing now. I don't know.
I think in the name of today, National Day celebration, I think being Singaporean is about really a bit like how Govind is. Look at him, I think you get this a lot, right? A Chinese boy And then people will question you, like, for those that don't know you, like, do you learn Indian music since you're young, and how do you come across it? And your name is Govin, so that's quite interesting.
No, my short name is Govin. Everybody calls me Govin, but my full name is Radha Govinda Dasa actually, but we silent the A. Tan Guo Jin, then the Chinese name there.
And your IC number is?
My IC. You want my bank account number also or not?
Cannot.
You want my last 3 digits?
Yeah.
Enough for this guy.
So that is Govin. Thank you, Govin. And on Govin's right, before we go there, let's go down one more piece of music. Okay, then we go to Eugene. This next piece is called Singai Nadu, and is written by our local music talent Shabir, and in Tamil is translated as Singai Nadu.
Singai Nadu means the nation of Singapore, country of Singapore. In Tamil, they call it Singapore. Wait, give me a minute.
You don't remember just the previous show. You asked him this question.
Yeah, I actually asked him the same question.
You know what he said? He said, "What's the meaning of Singai Nadu?"
Singai Nadu is actually basically just the country of Singapore. Just referring to Singai Nadu. I mean, Singai Nadu, the Nadu itself refers to country. Yeah, so it's a literal direct translation.
I see. So I think a lot of you will find this familiar because this is a really popular NDP song. And I hope you guys enjoy our version of Singai Nadu. Thank you very much. And that was Singai Nadu. And we'd like to introduce you to, last but not least, one of the more important instruments actually, is the electric bass.
Not more important, less important. Hi, everyone.
Most important,
No,
not
we're
more.
all important. It's an ensemble, man. Yeah. So I play the electric bass. Oh, sorry, I need to introduce myself. My name is Eugene, and I play the electric bass. I also play the double bass in a jazz setting. And the reason why I love playing the bass is because I get to play in many different settings, many different kinds of music. Like this one, a unique group like OSP, you know. For me, music was more like I was brought up in a very Western music tradition. So actually not what we would think like classical music actually, but I was brought up self-taught musician, you know.
Wow, YouTube.
Like, yeah, so a lot of figuring out YouTube, right?
Hey.
YouTube generation. Yeah, so music for me is like a form of communication, like many of you. And just now, as you could see, we were communicating with our eyes and also with our sounds, right? And yeah, trying out. Like the mask really makes a huge, huge difference, right, in the experience. Yeah, we will always have something called bass face, you know, if you know, like when bass players go like, like yeah, yeah. So yeah, the reason how I got into traditional music is actually through playing classical music, Western classical music at first, then being drawn into the circle, and also like being in school and it teach us about these traditional art forms. I come to understand these music better, and you can actually bring them back into, you know, Western music, which is what we're doing here. Because I believe like our form of communication is actually Western music, right? That's how we actually talk. So yeah, so if that's
a bit like Singapore, where all of us, we have our mother tongue. I speak Chinese. At home, I speak a bit of Cantonese. You know, we speak Tamil, right? Malay, but we all communicate with English.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Eugene really kind of summed this up in a way that it's also part of our mission at Open Score Project, where one of our mission is to create understanding between different cultural landscapes. Meaning to say, the way we work, the way we play music, the way we read music, the way we perform music is all actually very different. If you hear all our stories, they all are very different, you know? So by coming together, we really find common ground and to communicate in our rehearsals, in performance as well. And like Eugene said, our visual, our eye contact, yeah, it's quite a lot. And with the mask, usually with our lips as well, but with the mask, everybody's having a black mask. Yeah. You can't really tell, except for Niranjan, of course, because he has to play the flute. Yeah. So one thing I always share with audience is that I personally see it this way, that a lot of these musicians are all very good musicians, and each of them actually they practice their own cultural arts in their own communities. And for, let's say, Eugene has her own jazz band,
yeah.
Right? And then Govin has his own contemporary Indian group, as well as Niranjan, and Alif as well, and for myself as well, I practice traditional Chinese music. So, but imagine, seeing how we can all put these differences aside to come together to play music. Imagine what good people can do if they do the same. So with that, I think we'll come to our last song for you guys. Is another Singapore tune, and then we're done. And we can go for high tea. Oh, I haven't introduced myself. Okay, my name is Gilden, and I play the pipa. Pipa is a Chinese instrument. So I play a bit of traditional. Right now, I'm learning traditional Teochew music, and I also, during the circuit breaker, I picked up like Govin Skills Future. I picked up the shamisen, a Japanese instrument. So I like Oriental traditional music. So I tend to bring a little bit of those influence here when we play together. So our last piece is called Singapura, My Sunny Island, and it's a real popular tune. And with that, I think Open Score Project would like to wish you guys a happy holiday, a happy National Day. And once again, we'd like to give a shout out to Singapore National Museum for having us. Thank you so much. And to the wonderful crew behind the cameras for making us look good, sound good. Yeah. The rest is... Hey, got applause. Na? Yeah. Thanks for making us look good and sound good. Of course, the rest is our mothers lah for making us look good. So, last piece, Singapura, My Sunny Island.